edition of the back of the pantry. Now, a lot of the other girls are using probably the Ocean Spray cranberry sauce, but I have cranberry sauce that I made in July for Christmas in July, so I'm going to be using that. And I've already got a jar open. These are 12-ounce jars. There's about 8 ounces in here, and that's about what I want for this recipe. I've got, these are going to be cranberry turnovers. What? Yes, cranberry turnovers, and they're going to be absolutely delicious. So they're going to have a orange zested icing. We're going to have an orange fragrant cream cheese inside, and the cranberries, and wrapped in puff pastry. Who doesn't want that? So my puff pastry is fine. There's two sheets of puff pastry. I think those will be perfect for this recipe. I've got that 8 ounces. I've got a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and that is going to go in our cream cheese mixture. So I also have some flour to dust the board. I've got to get an egg for an egg wash, and I've got powdered sugar for my icing. So let's get to making some delicious, absolutely delicious cranberry turnovers. Want to? Come on in. Okay, so while the puff pastry is thawing out, I am going to go ahead and get my zest of my orange. I'm going to use half for the icing and half for the filling, the cream cheese. So look at that. Oh, yum. So I'm going to judge about half here. It's making my mouth water. You just want to get the top, you know. You don't want to get into that pith, because that will be bitter. Everybody knows that. Okay. This is probably half. Right? Okay. About half. So that looks like a good tablespoon. And then I'll zest the rest here for the icing, because I don't want to lose out, and I want to do it before I squeeze the juice. I'm going to use half the juice for the icing and a half for the filling. So pretty simple. You know, you're just going to get 1 navel orange, and you could do it without the orange too if you wanted to. I just think orange and cranberries, it is the season, right? Okay, so this I'm going to save off to the side. Then I'm going to cut my orange in half. My cream cheese, I had to soften it. I got a 1/4 cup of sugar, so this is going to be sweetened cream cheese. And then I'm going to go ahead with the juice of this orange. It's kind of hard to squeeze here. Go ahead and get your knife in there in some of those pockets. It helps release all the juice. Seriously, my mouth is watering because I can smell that fresh orange. It just smells so good. And it's the season, right? Okay. Down it goes. Okay, that is a dead soldier. I'm going to wipe my hands off here. And I've got a little bit on my board. I don't want to waste any of that zest or juice. So we'll go ahead and now get your spatula, and your cream cheese is nice and soft. You're just going to get this all worked in. You could use a mixer, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do it by hand. And like I said, my mouth is watering. It's going to loosen this cream cheese up a bit, which is perfectly fine. Now, if you were using canned cranberry sauce, you're probably only going to use about 1/2 can for this. I hope this, the back of the pantry challenge gives you guys some ideas on what to do with your holiday, you know, ingredients. And this one was kind of fun. We felt it was fitting for the Christmas season and or any holiday season. Okay. It's not completely smooth, but it doesn't matter. It's going to smooth out. Give it a little taste and make sure. It's sweet enough, and yes, it's got orange flavor. It's delicious. Perfect. Okay. That being said, I'm going to, for the icing, go ahead and stab my orange before I put the knife in the sink. We're going to get our puff pastry out, and I've got my modular meat with my flour. I'm going to go ahead and dust my surface here with flour. And I'm going to get a spoon to dish up my creamy mixture, the cream cheese mixture, because, yeah, it's going to be so good. So you're going to want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees. I don't believe this puff pastry is quite ready. I'm going to have to let it thaw for a little longer. It's usually about 40 minutes on the counter. And so I've got an egg with a tablespoon of water in there for an egg wash. And yeah, so let's pull out. Yeah, these aren't ready yet. We're going to just set it down there. We'll give it a minute. It'll take a few more minutes, but that's okay. We have patience. I've still got to preheat my oven. All right, guys. Okay, I got the puff pastry is thawed out. I've got it, you know, kind of rolled out a little bit. You want to be pretty careful with it, or you'll tear it. But you want to get it out there a little bit. And I'm gonna do 4 squares per sheet. And they don't have to be perfect, and these are not at all. But we've got our cranberry sauce, and this actually has a little bit of jalapeno, but it's not hot. It's not as hot as stuff I've made in the past, so we're good. Okay, we're gonna put a good tablespoon and a half on each little doodad. Yep, this one needs a little more over there. It's gonna be so good. Same thing with my cream cheese mixture right there. Oops, I want to make sure we get that. Okay. We're gonna need my egg wash for the edges of this. Oh, what? Now you could actually, this would be really good with brie, a little wheel of brie, or you know, a wedge of brie kind of thing. Okay, so we are making these turnovers. So let's get our egg wash. We're gonna egg wash the edges so they will seal nice and tight. And you're gonna egg wash the tops so they come out that really glossy golden. Come on. And ooh, I don't want any leaky pockets, so you can actually pinch them if you'd like. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pinch them just like you do a pie crust. Okay, pinch that, and on to my parchment paper that goes. Okay, next. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of these, and there's gonna be 8 of them. So 8 of these, I gotta get my oven preheated. Okay, convection oven, I'm gonna preheat that to 425. So that'll be 400 for convection. And I will get these in the oven. Oh my goodness, I hope these don't leak. They might. You know what, if they do, it's just good stuff. Right? Okay, nice, yummy. These are good served cold or room temperature. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so I've got all 8 of them out here. It used a little over half of this and almost the whole jar, almost. So I'm gonna make another hors d'oeuvre for friends with the rest of that. I won't go to waste. So I've got my egg wash here, and I use my egg wash to seal these up. Oh, I'm so excited about these. I am not going to eat one of these. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on a diet. So these are going to be gifted to friends tomorrow. I truly am sorry, but you know they're delicious. And as soon as these go in the 400-degree oven, it's almost done preheating. I'm going to make the icing for on the top. But this is going to be a gift for friends. So I wish I wish I could have one, but it's just not in the diet plan. I've got some, you know, I don't want to catch all that holiday weight, so I'll make the video for you, and you guys can make it and try it out. Tweak the recipe however you want. Use just straight cream cheese. I've done that in the past, you know, or a little hunk of brie in there. It would be delicious. Had I thought about it, I would have grabbed some brie, because you could just zest, you know, over top of the brie and use the orange icing, and you're good to go. So any way you want to do this is perfect. There's no right or wrong. All right, guys. In the oven, these beautiful puff pastry treats. They go in the oven. They're not going to take that long, so I'll let you know how long. Okay, so here's what I'm doing for the icing. We're putting the orange zest in there, remember, that we had. So all of that goodness is going in there. I've already cleaned up the mess. They're in the oven right now. This is the perfect time to do this. And I'm going to do this with a fork. I've already, you don't need much juice in here. Oh, and just squirt it on the counter if you want. It doesn't take much to break down powdered sugar. So a half a cup of powdered sugar, the juice of half of an orange, and the zest of half of an orange. And I want it, this is almost perfect. Seriously, look at that. I want to be able to just get that down on top. I'm hoping that that is enough. I'm going to add a little bit more of this juice. And a little bit more of the sugar, because we've got 8 of them. So you just have to eyeball it a little bit more, right? Eyeball it up, and then we'll be ready to put these down over. Yeah. And you're gonna wait till these are cooled a little bit. You don't want to put them on. So almost 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar to the half of an orange, depending on how juicy your orange is, right? Okay, that's perfect. It's starting to come together now. I want it thick enough. It'll melt down, but I want it to really stand up on there too. All right. Just like that. Okay, guys? Perfect. All right, let's clean up this mess. Okay, so these came out of the oven. They were in there about 15 minutes. One of them had a little bitty blowout out the back, but really and truly, they're light. They're absolutely just a puff pastry heaven. So I've let them cool here a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and ice them and get a little bit of that orange icing on there. Not too much, just each one's gonna get a little bit of drizzle. And I'm gonna bless my neighbors with these. Hopefully they're not on a diet like me. Yeah. Anyway, I am super excited about this because it's holiday, it's festive, it's easy, and you'll impress your family if you make this, I promise. Okay. Just get that icing down. It's going to melt down over it, obviously. And you could wait till these cooled a little bit more, but I'm kind of impatient. I want to take them over there warm. So I've got a couple deliveries to make. Anyway, pretty fun. All right. There you go. And wow, there you have it. Get rid of all that icing. Give it to somebody, right? Okay, so I'm going to take 3 to one neighbor because there's 3 of them. I'm going to take 2 to my other neighbor and 2 to my other neighbor, and that little guy can go somewhere else, right? Okay. All right, guys. I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe. I hope you try this. It's easy. It's fun. You can fill these with anything, and everybody's going to love them. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Don't forget, watch all the other videos in the collaboration for